Yo, 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 it's your boy Joe.
It's your boy Greg. We the co-pilots from coast to coast. We do the most. So what's your flight? Whatever it is, we got you covered.
And today, man, we doing something a little bit special today, man. We're gonna be going live on TikTok today, as well as we doing it on the Co-Pilots podcast. You know, we always stream on YouTube and LinkedIn, man. So how's it going today, my boy, man?
Man, everything good, man. Just sitting around right now. This pretty much like my rest day, man. It's been a ball all weekend. I made it in town. Florida, Georgia weekend. I had a blast and whatnot, and man, just now I got to get back on the road in the morning. So the day been pretty much like a rest day.
That's what's up, though, man. Hey, so send me your thing, so we gotta get you logged in on the
Okay,
TikTok, man. Hey, so
okay.
send me your
See.
thing, so we gotta get you logged in on the TikTok. I
Is
see. I sent you the invitation now.
okay.
There you go.
So yeah, it's coming in. Did it put my camera up there?
No, I ain't got you up there
Okay.
just yet, man.
Okay, got it up there now. They got my camera right now.
That was up though, man. So hey, so we gonna get right into it now, man. We both locked in on both screens right now, man. So let's talk, man. So the first game, let's talk. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about this Florida State bounce back win against Boston against Wake Forest. I think a lot of us was surprised that they was able to get that win. I know I wasn't expecting them to be up and beat them that bad. But it looks like this team is still fighting for Mike Norvell, man, and it looked like he lived to fight another day to keep his job. So, I thought the defense played good. Only it was kind of shaky, but as the game went on, it looked like they was able to, do enough to securely dominate a win on Saturday, man. And the team looked good. It looked like the uh the Alabama team that we seen first week.
Right, right. Exactly, man. And this was a winnable game in spite of the record that they have, which they have a winning record, and in spite of our record, due to how we've been playing the last past couple of weeks. You know, and we was overdue for a win, man. And it's like I always say, man, I'm probably one of those people that's always advocating for Mike Norvell. I think he's a good coach. And I'm glad the players, man, came and played for him, man. You get what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of it had to do with player accountability. You know, I saw some coaching flaws, but most important, man, you got to look at player accountability. You get what I'm saying with the drop passes, the missed tackles. These things, man. You have to, these things that when it's between you and the other guy on the field, far as the matchup, you have to win your matchups, and that was one of the things they haven't been doing the last couple of weeks. And we pretty much, man, this week, man, we put up a dominant performance, man. You know, I know it wasn't a lot of hype behind that game. Most of us we was glued into everything else that was going on
Yeah, Florida
around the
Georgia
landscape.
weekend.
Florida Georgia weekend. I pretty much had my nuts crossed on Florida. Miami SMU, I had my nuts crossed on Miami, you know what I'm saying? Respectfully, of course. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, y'all know how it is. But like I say, it was a good weekend for me. You get what I'm saying? It was a good weekend for me. We
Yeah,
finally get
man.
us a victory.
Yeah, man. It was just good to see this Florida State team play up to their potential. You know what I'm saying? Because you see the talent out there every week. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Deuce Robinson, Dancy, Castellanos. When he's playing well, he's still electric. It's
Right.
like you see all these guys. You know what I'm saying? And you just waiting for these guys to unlock their potential, man. And it just it was good to see. You know what I'm saying? That them do it this week, man. Let's see what they do against Clemson next week. It means nothing if we lose to Clemson next week.
Right. Clemson pretty much playing like we have. You
Right.
know, they pretty much been playing like we have, man. And I mean, it's pretty much like the battle between two teams that had high expectations and they just fell off the radar.
You're right. No, it's my son. He keep texting me and shit.
Oh
My
yeah.
bad, man. He kept texting me. So I'm good though, man. But
Okay.
like I was saying though, man, when you think about it though, it felt good, dog. I mean,
Right.
I think we can if they can play like they playing right now, like they played last this week, I realistically they can win out. I don't think that's gonna happen,
Right.
but if they can continue to play like this, we can still have a 8-4 seasons and still go to a okay respectable bowl game.
Oh yeah, of course, man. It's still, it's still hope, man. Like I say, man, and you like I say, man. Most people felt as though Mike Norvell was finna lose his job, or, you also had some people that was advocating for that. Um, I say, man, the season, you get what I'm saying. We're not in the playoff talks, but let's be honest. Didn't nobody have us in the playoff conversation before the season started.
Big facts, big facts, big
That
facts,
came along
big
after we
facts,
beat
big
Miami.
facts,
So that
big
increased the
facts.
expectations. So and I brought this up a few weeks ago. I say, man, one of the things that we're looking at when we're looking at Mike Norvell and with this team is that the expectation level went up after we played against Bama, after we beat them. So now we're looking at this team like we are a playoff or bust team, and that wasn't the case prior to the season started. So we have to get back and look at that team back in the light that we looked at, in the postseason, and you know what I'm saying, prior to the
Right.
season starting. You get what I'm saying? And I think that from there we could come up with a fair assessment on this team and the players and the coaching staff.
I totally agree with that too, Greg, because you got to think about it, bro. After that Bama game, they hyped us up. But I think we all, as Florida State fans, knew, like, bro, we not gonna be that good this year. Coming off a 2-10 season, all most fans just wanted us to make a good bowl game. But I
Right,
think with the expectations of beating Alabama, the way we looked early on in the season, the first three games, it looked like, oh, this team was there. And eventually our flaws came out. But again,
right.
like you said, Greg, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's scale those expectations back. And I think, now with the part of the season, man, we can, hopefully Mike Lavelle can finish strong.
Right, 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 and that's one of those things that could save his season or whatnot. Regardless of how the record is, regardless, of the circumstance, you still got to play, man. You still got a whole season left out here, man, and you pretty much got to play ball.
That was up though.
Um,
So
I'm doing something. I'm doing something. Give me a minute. I'm doing something. Yeah, I'm doing something.
So, so yeah, man. So, like I was saying though, man, we're gonna stay on the ACC
Yeah,
and let's talk about your team, Miami, man. I know we were talking about that a little earlier on, in the conversation,
right,
but Miami, man, I mean, they lost, and it just seems like now when you look at the ACC as a totality, it's in disarray. Miami lost, freaking Georgia Tech lost on yesterday. I mean on Saturday. It's just a lot of up in the air. Teams that we thought was going to be in that conversation for a college playoff bid, I think their hopes might have went away slowly. With these losses, man. But Miami definitely is the biggest disappointment on Saturday, losing to an SMU team that just lost to this bad Wake Forest team that we just beat up on Saturday, man. So, what's your thoughts, Greg?
well, again, I'm not going to say Miami is a disappointment. Miami is only a disappointment for those who thought that the U was back. You get what I'm saying? For that fan base that been screaming the U is back. Now, I'm not going to say that they're not back as far as being a legitimate team. You get what I'm saying? Or far as a consistent team, but we know that when it come with Miami expectations, they're looking at this team as like if they're going to play for a national championship or make a deep run in the playoff. And you know how I felt about Mario Cristobal. You know how I felt about him and things of that nature. And truth be told, they have the talent on their team. But I feel as though, really, to be honest, their best chance was last season with Cam Ward. And we know that Cam Ward was a better collegiate quarterback than who they got over there right now. You get what I'm saying?
Carson Beck.
Right. So I thought last year was the year. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
now now you move forward with Carson Beck, who is, by the way, a good college quarterback. But like I say, man, Miami put these expectations on themselves. You know, And like I say, they feel as though the U is back and everything. I mean, as far as being a good team and everything, they are a good team. You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that um, what's over there is fool's gold or whatnot, but let's be honest. Miami really ain't played nobody. I mean, I mean, if you want to include the Notre
Oh,
Dame,
but you
if
might have
you,
pissed some Miami fans off, dog.
I'm
They
not,
gonna be
it's like
mad. They
this.
say they played Notre Dame
If
though.
you want to
They
include the
played
Notre,
Notre Dame
if you
though.
want to include the Notre Dame game, I would give you that. Even though they played with a true freshman quarterback who, what I'm saying, on his first start, but nevertheless, y'all want that game. You get what I'm saying? I believe if they was to play right now, Notre Dame would beat them.
Big facts.
I would,
I
and
agree too.
I would even say this. I would even say this. I believe that game could go either way if they was to play right now. I would even say that. You get what I'm saying? To be
I
fair,
think Notre Dame win.
because I mean, when they play, you can't control when you play each other, and when they played each other, Miami won. So I'm going to give them their props. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, man, when you talking about getting into the month of November, you know, late into the season, this is when it matters, man. You get what I'm saying? You cannot be
Right.
losing
Right.
against teams that are inferior to you, you
Right.
know. And I was gonna say this right here, right? I gave Mario Cristobal a lot of heat. You know,
I ain't letting
as
up off
as a
of that.
head coach,
I
I'm
ain't
gonna
letting
say
up off his
this.
ass.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not going to judge him according to standard. I'm going to I'm going to make a fair assessment on him or whatnot as a coach at a college program. He has been doing decent these last 2 seasons, winning record. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give him that. You know, but when you're up, you cannot be you losing to these teams that are inferior. You get what I'm saying? That from there, that's when you're going to start looking like some of these other smaller coaches. I even said that I think that he would be good at another program, but like I always say, being at the U, when you have these type of games that you're losing, this is you're going to get put. This is the fans are going to compare you to past success. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then they gonna be calling for your head. We know how it is.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing though, man. Like, and me and my brother was talking about this earlier today, man. But I think if Miami was to get rid of Mario Cristobal, like who they gonna hire, dog? Who I mean, Mario
Correct.
Cristobal pretty much been their best coach, they've had in a long time. I mean, you could say Manny Diaz probably was a little bit better too, but
Nah, I think
but
Chris
but
Paul was better than Manny
you know
Diaz.
what I'm saying? So you know
Way
what I'm
better.
saying? Like, can you get any better than Cristobal? You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like, can you get better, bro? I mean, we know what it is with Chris Ball, dog. He's not that type of coach. Like he can win you anywhere between 10, 11 games a season, maybe. But if you asking this guy to go undefeated, dog, he just ain't never had an undefeated season, even from FIU, Oregon. You know what I'm saying? So like that's not expected for a Mario Cristobal team. They
Right.
gonna have a letdown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But with everybody all that's going on in the ACC, Greg, man, I want you to know your thoughts, man, because Georgia Tech lost. You know what I'm saying? Miami lost. They got two conference losses. Now it seems like it's like a race between Virginia, uh, Louisville, Georgia Tech, and I think those three.
Um, I would say out of those teams, man, I would have to probably look at Louisville and Georgia Tech. Probably Georgia Tech getting the edge or whatnot, man. I think Georgia Tech is they pretty good, man. Georgia Tech. Um, all three of those teams that you just named, but I'm going to give the edge to Georgia Tech, and probably because of the quarterback position. You get what I'm saying? I think that they got
Hayes
one of
King.
those. Yeah,
Come on, Hayes
exactly.
King, right?
Right. I think, man, watching him play, he's the quarterback that I'm mostly impressed with. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that he's the best quarterback out of those guys, but he's the one that I'm most impressed with. He's more of a competitor than a lot of these other quarterbacks. So I'm going to have to go with Hayes King and Georgia Tech, and also, man, they coaching situation. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm gonna have to go with GT.
Okay. Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna go at GT. but I think another team that might. I think Virginia might get it.
Yeah.
But the only reason why I say that because I feel like they schedule set up a little bit better. Georgia Tech still got to play Georgia at the end of the year, so you know what I'm saying. That might be a game that they might possibly lose. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying. Like I still think Georgia Tech gets into the ACC championship game, but
Right.
um, it's just crazy though how one loss, man. Now Miami season just in disarray, bro. Like no more ACC championship game. I think they are sitting at like number 7th in the ACC now, dog. After that loss,
Yeah, they took a deep dive, man, because
yeah,
they got 2 ACC losses.
yeah, bro. That's bad though, bro. That's gonna be hard to make up from too, man. At this point in the season, dog.
Right.
So, let's talk about the top 25, man. So the top 25 rankings came out. I'm gonna name out some of these, top 25 teams. Let me share my screen. Okay, let's see if I can share the screen. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not. About to pop up. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's not showing. Everything went
No.
out.
Yeah, I
Shit.
don't
All
see
right,
it.
it's fucking up, bro. It's messing up, man. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be able to do it. So I just stopped. All right. So anyway, the top 25 rankings came out, and we got the top 10. We got Ohio State. Oh shit. Number sitting at number 1, and Indiana at number 2, and them at number 3. Alabama has crept back into number 4, and Georgia at number 5. Man, do you agree with the top 5, dog?
Um, yeah, you pretty much yeah, that's not, like I say, that's pretty decent right there.
Greg.
Yeah, you hear me? You can hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, that seemed like it's pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I gotta have to break the schedules down and everything like that there. But I mean, yeah, you gotta put Bama up there, man. After especially after win against Georgia Tech. I mean against Georgia. Um, after win against didn't they beat Tennessee? Bama.
Yep, they beat Tennessee too.
Right, another ranked team. They the biggest blemish on their record is that they lost us. That was like their biggest blemish.
Yeah, and you think about it though, bro, they went on a run where they played Vandy. They played
And they
like
beat
three ranked
Vandy.
teams back to back. You know what I'm saying? Vandy, Tennessee, then I think Missouri they played. And they beat all those teams. And I want to say all those teams are still currently ranked. So I mean, for those guys to run through that gauntlet of ranked teams, I think they deserve another number 5 spot. I just dropped a video on my TikTok. I had them at the number 2 spot in my rankings, in my college football rankings. Um, Another team that's not getting talked about enough, though, man, they're undefeated as well, is BYU, man. With a freshman quarterback, Bachmeyer, defense, they've been doing their thing too, man. They got them ranked at number 8 right now in the country, man. What thoughts on BYU? If you
Uh,
watched any of BYU, anything?
I haven't really watched them due to my schedule. It's been kind of hard for me to catch them. Um, yeah, it's been kind of hard for me to catch them, but they undefeated. You said?
They undefeated, yeah, man. They
Oh
undefeated
yeah,
with a
they
freshman quarterback.
right. That they pretty much yeah, they pretty much gonna move up in the rankings or whatnot. They
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
they BYU in the Big 12, ain't?
Yep.
Yeah, they ain't big in the Big 12. They should win that easily. There ain't really too much going on in the Big 12.
And yeah, man. And when you just look at the I'm trying to pull up the rest of the college 20 the rankings. Okay, you got Notre Dame back in the top 10. A lot of people thought that was a controversial one because they lost. They got two losses. Do you think
Yeah.
that's a rightfully so that Notre Dame is a top 10 with two loss team?
Is Notre Dame a top with 2 losses?
Yes, a top 10 team with two
Um,
losses.
I would say this. It all depends on who's in front of them and who's behind them. That's always got to be considered.
I think they
You
got
know,
Texas Tech in front of them, BYU in front of them. But when you look at both of those teams, they only lost one loss
right.
Texas Tech and
So
undefeated BYU.
my thing is that it's not more so the record, it's more so who you're in front of. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can be a 2 loss team as long as you don't have a team that has more credibility than you. You get what I'm saying? They got you in front of them just because for whatever reason, due to politics or whatnot, then it's understandable. But if you just gonna have them, you just moving them, you just feel like, I'm gonna put them up here just because I like this team, or, you know how they do the favorable voting and things of that nature.
Yeah, man. So I'm trying to think of anything else on the college football tip, man. You got anything else on the college football tip, man? You want to go to the NFL?
Um, I think I did have some. I can't even remember, man.
I
I'm
remember
about
you
to
were
say,
telling me something before the show
I
started.
was.
You want to tell me something about it was a
Oh,
story
that
you were
was
telling
that
me.
was that was the NFL.
That was
But I
NFL.
will say this though, like, man, like with like these coaching spots, man. A lot of people not talking about this guy, man, I urge people to pay attention. You get what I'm saying? Like, if him being out there this year, man, a team give him a shot, a legitimate team give him a shot. I think he'll do big things. Even if we was to get rid of,
Mike
if we
Norvell.
get rid of Mike Norvell, I wouldn't mind having him. You get what I'm saying? And
Who's
we
this
had he
person?
was on our coach, he was on our coaching staff. Mark Stoops.
Oh,
Think about
absolutely, yeah.
Think about Mark Stoops. When he was in Florida State, man, that defense was biting. You get what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
was. It was lights out, man. That
The
defense was
only
locked in.
the only thing is that he didn't win a national championship. We won a national championship with Jeremy Pruitt as our defense coordinator. You know what I'm saying? And great defenses with both of them. And I always tell people, like, the difference with those two was that um Jeremy Pruitt, he pretty much specialized with the secondary. The secondary was like key to the defense success. But under Mark Stoops, it was the front seven. You get what
Right,
I'm saying? With the D lineman and everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could just think about when Beyond Warner came out in the draft.
right,
And I always tell people this, right? Beyond Warner came out as a first round pick in the draft, got drafted by the Colts. He wasn't even our best D lineman. He wasn't even our second best D lineman on our, you know what I'm saying? It's just the other two got hurt. Brandon Jenkins got hurt. He was the best D lineman in the nation prior to
hmm
getting hurt. Tank Carradine came in. And him and Beyond Warner was like, meet me at the quarterback. He got hurt during the Florida game. He was more athletic or whatnot. But Beyond Warner was a first round pick. But that go to show you how good that defense was up under Mark Stoops. Now, while at Kentucky, Mark Stoops had some good teams at times. You know what I'm saying? It was times Mark Stoops had good teams.
right,
But while you're at Kentucky, you're only going to win so many games. You get what I'm saying? You're only going to get so many recruits. We know that that is a basketball first school. When it comes to, academic sports, basketball is king over there.
right.
So to be able to bring in some of the 5-star recruits that he brought in, some of the talent that he brought in, think about it. Josh Hines Allen. You get what I'm saying? Um, I'm gonna tell you another guy he brought in too, man. It was one of the rappers from off the Nappy Roots. His son went there, got drafted. I
Yeah, I
want
know
to
you're
say he
talking
was a
about. Yeah,
5-star. Um, and then the quarterback. I forgot. I can't. Will Levis. You know what I'm saying? So think about the talent that he was able to bring in, although he didn't have the talent that most of these other schools had in the SEC, but some of these other blue bloods. But to be a school like Kentucky in a, you know what I'm saying, in a playing in the football conference and still be able to make these type of recruits and also have good seasons. You get what I'm saying? Where you're winning 7, 8 games. You get what I'm saying? That's pretty
Right.
impressive. So I say that to say this. If he was to go to a school like Auburn, you get what I'm saying, which got rid of Hugh Freeze. Even I would say, even if he was to come to Florida State and be a head coach, I think you'll see. Man, Mark Stoops have a lot of success with these teams and whatnot.
And he can recruit somewhat too. Defense on
Yeah.
the defense side, he definitely can recruit defense. I mean, that's a good assessment, man. I think Mark Stoops could be a good coach at Florida State. I don't know if Kentucky gonna let him go because you got to think they're a basketball school,
Yeah.
so they just content winning 8 games, 9 games a year at football, and I think they good with that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, but I mean, that would be a good look too, though,
I
man.
was I was told that Kentucky got. Don't quote me on it, but I was told that Kentucky got rid of him.
To my Mark Stoops,
Yeah.
I ain't know I gotta do some research on that one. If they did, then hell yeah, then man,
Yeah.
he'd definitely be a coach that we can go get,
Cause
man.
the first thing I thought about, I say, dang, Jimbo high and Jimbo high Mark Stoops as his defensive coordinator. These are things I was thinking about. You get what I'm saying?
Hell yeah,
Hey
man.
man,
Mark, hell
Mark
yeah.
Jimbo reunite with his old defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, when they part ways, it was no bad blood or whatnot. You know, he pursued a head coaching gig or whatnot, which that was he was supposed to do. You
Big
know.
facts. I mean, once you've been, you get a job offer like that to go get your own team, man,
Right.
you can't turn that down. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I understand it. You
Right.
know, another guy, I feel like now you talking about coaches now. A guy I feel like another coach is out there that I think is getting a good name for himself is Louisville coach, Jake Braun.
Yeah.
I think he's getting. I think he's a hot name out there too, with his record he's had with top 5 teams, beating top 5 schools over the last couple of years. So I think that's a hot name too in the coaching carousel. It's gonna be a lot of coaches getting hired this off season in college football, man. It's gonna be kind of like the NFL in a sense, man, because so many schools have fired their coaches and stuff like that.
Right.
So and it goes back to what you said though, Greg. Patience. Nobody ain't got patience no more, man.
Right.
So let's segue into some Jaguar talk, man. Jaguars, man, they had an ugly win this weekend over the Raiders, 30-29, man. And for me, man, I'm just gonna say Travis Etienne carried this team, man. He carried the team. He put the team on his back offensively. And if it wasn't for his efforts, we lose it. If we didn't lose, if he didn't play the way he played, we lose this game, man. And Trevor got to play better, dog. Ain't no more excuse for this motherfucker. He got to play better, dog. Straight up, man. I'm gonna let you take off, Greg.
We pretty much looking at what we gonna get with Trevor. You get what I'm saying? I would say, man, with with these teams, man, we pretty much locked in with them. You know, and it is what it is. All things considered, he's an upgrade from Blake Bortles. He's an upgrade from Chad Henne. You get what I'm saying? He's an upgrade from Leftwich. Some days he's better than Mark Brunell and David Garrard. Some days, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, if we looking at by the numbers and everything like that, the talent wise, he's pretty much the best quarterback we had. You get what I'm saying? And we look at his second season, we was looking like, yeah, he was the best quarterback we had on the roster, the closest thing we had to a franchise quarterback outside of Mark Brunell. Mark Brunell, he got it done though. Trevor has to be more of a game manager, man. It's like when the playing there, I just and I wish he learned to play in the red zone. This has been his Achilles heel. You know, Short passes, red zone targets, things of that nature. Um, he's pretty much a big play receiver. This is another reason why I compared him to Jameis Winston. You know, if you look at the pass when he throw for over throw past 20 yards. These mostly are the plays that he's completing. The big plays. It's always the 5 and outs where he misfired at. You know what I'm saying?
Big
Sometimes the
facts.
big plays and whatnot where he overthrow deep balls sometimes, but that's pretty much been his strength, big play. And it was the same at Clemson, you know. But when we get in the red zone, it's a problem. And he gotta come up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Um, we gotta move, we gotta continue to play with him, you know. It's just like, man, and Lim Cohen said, he said, man, I'm putting too much on his plate. And I'm glad he understood that. He understand the team, and he understand what the identity of this team needs to be. I would say this, moving forward with this team, you have to forget bringing in these skill players. I understood we wanted to bring in skill players to make things look good for Trevor. We have to play in the trenches. Anytime you have a team that is predicated off the run, you have to build in the trenches. The same with the Cowboys, same with a lot of these other teams. You have to keep a healthy O line. You get what I'm saying? A line that can move the pile. This is going to make things easy for Trevor Lawrence. This is going to make people stack 8 in the box. You know, this is going to make teams play the run more. Now with our run game, I would say we pretty much, like, I wouldn't say elite, but it's close to being elite. You know, I think that ETN has showed us that he has the potential to be an elite talent, but it's not always displayed. If we look at this game, ETN played his butt off, but the numbers don't show it. The numbers don't show it. I don't even think he averaged 4 yards a carry. But at the same time, when we look at the missed tackle, how many missed tackles he forced, the effort that he put out there. Oh yeah, man, he did his thing, man. You get what I'm saying? It just all O line has to get more physical.
Yeah, man. I think the O line got to play better, man. I think right now injuries is what's killing this team as well, man. I mean, we had a lot of injuries on Sunday, dog. A lot of people went out. Um, I mean, I don't know if these injuries that they're starting to mount up right now, man. Can this team continue to fight and with the injuries, especially at the tight end and the wide receiver spot. Um, but I
Secondary.
think also too, man. Defensively, man, we can't win games without if we're not getting turnovers, dog. I just hate to say it, dog. Defensively, it seems like every time we get turnovers, we win the game. When we don't turn the ball over, we can't produce turnovers, we lose. And that's been the trend. So my thing with this defense is we have to if we're not producing takeaways or shortening the field for the offense. I mean, we're gonna have a long day, man. So I mean, right now our defense is ass too, bro. I mean, our corners right now with Travis Hunter hurt. What's his name? Jordan Lewis got hurt yesterday, man. Man, Brock Bowers had a field day on us yesterday.
Right. Yes, he
So
did. And I call it. I say, man, and when I found out he was playing, and I was telling people this throughout the week, man. I say, man, if you got Brock Bowers on your fantasy, you need to start him. Like he need
hell
to be,
nah.
you need to start him. I was telling people that all week, man, because we knew what Brock Bowers is, man. To me, Brock Bowers one of those guys that that coming out in the draft, if you would have picked him with the first overall pick, I don't think you would have been mad. You get what I'm
Mm,
saying?
right.
Especially if you're a team that had your quarterback spot solidified and you're picking in the top three. I think that, yeah, I think that would have been warrant for him to get picked in one of those spots right there because that's just how good he was. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like
I mean,
he's a real difference maker.
he showed today, yesterday, man, dog. He couldn't be stopped, bro. And it just seemed like what was frustrating about it yesterday was the fact that you knew he was getting the ball, dog, and they couldn't do
Oh yeah,
nothing with it, bro. You just knew they were throwing it to him. Like they finna throw the balls, dog, and they
right.
they couldn't do nothing with it, bro. I think that was like some of the most frustrating shit watching. And then special team, bro. As good as Cam Little kicked the 68-yard field goal, we gave up two big returns, dog, that kept them in the game, man.
Right.
You know, man, we just can't win like that, man. Like if you think about the Jacksonville Jaguars, we 5-3 by the grace of God, bro. Let's just keep it a buck, dog. We 5-3 by the grace of God. Because I want to say at least two of these games we could have lost. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? The last week, I mean, this week against the Raiders, and I'm gonna say that damn Texans game was another game that was one of those games that we could have, you know what I'm saying? But we got the win, so a
I
win is a win. But it's just, bro, we gotta get better, dog. Pre-snap penalties, bro. It's just you thought after the bye week it'll get cleaned up, but still the same shit.
Yeah. I would say this though, man. One of the things that help us out because our coaching situation. You get what I'm saying? I think that Liam Cohen put his team in position to win games. It just boiled down to execution. Whether we can execute or not on these plays, when it come down to, and then like I say, man, like you just pointed out, we have to be able to avoid penalties. That's the main thing. When we can stop shooting ourselves in the foot, man, we are a better team when we're not shooting ourselves in the foot. If we look at the games that we lost, man, we pretty much beat ourselves on a lot of these games. I mean, just think about back to the beginning of this game. When Martell Brown got the interception. Right after that, you look at it like, okay, we right. The only thing we got to do is punch the ball in. We get a pre-snap penalty, had to back us up. Then we get Trevor Lawrence throw the interception. You know, so it's like we tend to continue to shoot ourselves in the foot. Like judging by how the game started out, the game should not never had to can't come down to, you know, overtime, the last play, things of that nature right there. It shouldn't have came down to that. You know, judging by how we start, how Martell Brown set the tone with that interception.
Yeah, man, it should have came down to the last possession, bro. I mean, that's a bad Raiders team, bro. And we made Geno Smith look like Tom Brady yesterday, dog. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he just picked the defense apart. You know, that's a bad Raiders team. And Garrett, I get it. They had their bye week too, the same week we had our bye, so both teams had a little bit extra time to prepare. But man, like the last time we seen the Raiders play, man, they was just getting manhandled, and it just seemed like, we should be the better team. We should have played better, bro. It was a sloppy win, bro. I was not impressed with the win. Yeah, I was happy we got the win, but bro, I was like, Trevor Lawrence made you not want to even enjoy the win, bro, because it was so bad, bro. It was so bad, bro. Dog. I couldn't even enjoy it like I wanted to, bro. Straight up.
Right. I don't think most people really enjoyed this win like that. Because when I listened to the radio this morning, it was mostly a lot of talks about what we have to do to clean up and everything like that. Like I mean, you listen to the radio station for the most part. If you don't know what went on, you would have thought we lost the game. How it sound. And I understand it, sometimes you gotta enjoy a win when you get it, but at the same time, we have to address the elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have a continual problem. These problems is continue, they continue to go on. So these things has to be addressed. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like I say, man, now outside of the interception, Trevor Lawrence pretty much picked it up a little bit. You get what I'm saying? But I say, man, it's a lot of things, man. This team can do better. This was a bad Raiders team. You get what I'm
For
saying?
real, dog.
So this was a team like so, and we pretty much banged up. Now although I don't wish injuries on nobody, but Houston could be playing without C.J. Stroud. He's on the
Yeah, I heard.
he had a concussion or whatnot. That could possibly help us out.
Right,
Consider the fact that we have to go to Houston and play.
right. Now I do. We got somebody in the chat. Was talking about the Carolina Panthers though, and so I don't know if I sent it to you. I know we can talk about the fraud alert or what. I had four teams that I want to throw in this category because I think if you look at the beginning of the season, a lot of us didn't think these teams would be having winning records. The Jaguars sitting at 5-3, the Carolina Panthers sitting at 5-4, New England Patriots sitting at 6-7 and with 6-2, 7-2, and the Chicago Bears are sitting at 5-3. So of those four teams, which ones are frauds and which ones you think legit?
I think the Patriots are legit. And the reason why I say the Patriots legit because I pointed this out last year. I say, yeah, Drake made a real deal, man. You get what I'm saying? I actually watched him in person when they played against Nash. They played against the Titans last year. You know,
Hmm.
I actually watched him in person. He can play. You know what I'm saying? He got skills or whatnot. Mike Vrabel, I always rave about how good of a coach he is. I thought the Titans should have kept him. He was one of the guys I wanted as a head coach.
Right.
But so yeah, so with those two guys right there alone, you know that I made me kind of believe in this team or whatnot. Even you look at Kayvon Chase, he's even playing better up under Mike Vrabel. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's playing better. So yeah, I gotta say yeah, they the real deal. I would like to say the Jags, man. But at the same time, if I look at this, if I look at us under a microscope, it's a lot of flaws, too many flaws or whatnot. You know, when I look at Carolina, you know, I'm going to have to see more out of this team. Bryce Young, one of those guys I was high on coming out the draft. I thought I was impressed how he played at Alabama. You know, I still think he need to put some weight on, but you know, I felt that he was a good quarterback. But I think one, you know, as we already know, the key to Carolina's success, man. I mean, to how they've been playing is due to the run game. Rico Dowd, you know,
Yeah.
them being able to run the ball, and that's one of the things that will always help a quarterback out, a struggling quarterback out, is having a run game.
Yeah. I agree,
You know,
man.
and who the
It,
other team you named?
Chicago Bears.
Chicago. Chicago got talent. They got talent. That I mean, you pretty much want to see what you're going to see out your first overall pick, man. You get what I'm saying? I seeing that is his relationship with Ben Johnson. Is it going to jail or not? So it's hard to say, but I would say if I had to name the team that I say legit, that would be the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I'm sticking with you on that too, man. And I think, of all the teams, I think the Patriots are probably the most legit. Man, when you look at Chicago, Carolina, and Jags, all three of those teams are flawed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In some major way. You look at the Bears. Um, Caleb Williams, can he play consistently at a high level every week in, week out basis? When you look at the Carolina Panthers, the same thing. Quarterback. If you look at the three teams that got winning records right now, it's all like depends on the quarterback play. And what you're getting from Drake May, you're getting better. You're getting consistent quarterback play from Drake May. You're not gonna get that from Carolina, Chicago, or Jacks. One week
Right,
they play good, the next week they could be like ass. So I think I agree, man. New England's the better team of those teams,
right.
man. The more legit team.
Man, you had one. He say, man, he been a New Eagle. He say he been a fan since
Jake Delhomme,
Jake DeLong. Yeah,
man, that's a man. I'm telling you, bro, that's a man.
Jake DeLong was a
That's a
decent
long
quarterback.
time, bro. Yeah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's still like I say, it's week. It's the middle of the season, dog. One thing we can say about the NFL, you don't know a team can turn it on. This is the time teams can turn it on. So it's starting to be November football. This is when you start seeing some of the best football being played by some teams. So can one of these teams take off? I still think the one thing I will say about New England is can Drake May continue to play at this high level? I think the more tape they get on this guy, the more and more, you know what I'm saying, teams are gonna start game playing around and be able to slow this guy down.
Right.
But right now, man, I mean, he playing lights out, man. Some people low key got him in the MVP conversation.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, what's your thoughts on the Chiefs and the Bills game, man? If you catch that game yesterday,
It came on during the time the Jags was on. You know, nothing else getting no play around that time. And you know I was pissed off about this here, right? Because I thought that was going to be the prime time game. So you know, a couple of us we went out to our house last night. For a little minute, and when I seen this game on at the same time as the Jags, I'm like, what the hell going on? You feel me? What I'm saying? Like,
right,
this supposed to be a prime time game. You
right,
know, like, what are we doing here? Like, you know, so that I didn't understand that move one bit, man. This the most anticipated game. Pretty much, most believe is watching this game that you're looking at the AFC Championship preview.
Right.
You know, and come on, man, like how you not have this as a prime time game? That's pretty much like when you see Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? A big man.
Right.
This a prime time matchup right here, man.
Yeah, man. I thought that game that was kind of crazy. I was trying to catch in and out, and I seen that the Bills did win, man. My thoughts on the game is this right here, man. Until the Bills beat them in the playoffs, it really don't mean nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I see that Josh Allen has beat him the last 2 seasons in the regular season. So it's like until he beat him in the playoffs, bro, I can't really go for it, man.
Man, you know what I found out today, man? They say Patrick Mahomes. They say Josh Allen is undefeated against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, and in the playoff, vice versa.
Exactly.
I say, wow, that's crazy. I never knew that.
Somebody comment on your sweatshirt, dog.
What he say? He say that cowboy sweatshirt, shirt the reason. Oh man, oh man. Now you know what that is, man.
I
Oh
don't know what that is.
so you don't like the sweatshirt? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. She said she don't like the, tell her she don't like the sweatshirt, man.
Yeah, man, you don't like the sweatshirt?
I'm gonna tell
Is
you.
my Quake?
I'm gonna tell you who that is. The
Who that
girl that
is?
sit next to who got the seats next to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that's
who
who
that
that
is.
is. Okay, then what's up though?
She be yelling my ear all the god doggone time. What's
So
up,
yeah,
girl?
man.
But yeah, hey, listen. Reason why I got it where the Cowboys play tonight, and I put it on because I was going to Publix, going grocery shopping, and this was inside the truck, and I had to throw it on because it was cool or whatnot. You know, hey, let's not get it twisted. Jags are my first team. You know what I'm saying? But if the Jags not playing, yeah, I'm gonna rep the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? They play tonight. And you also see I got Florida State. I got the Seminole hat on.
Hey, it's all good though, man. So you know, shit. Speaking of the Cowboys, they playing tonight right now. What's the score on that game right now?
I
Last
ain't
time I
even
checked.
I ain't even look. I supposed to brought my what a name inside it, but I didn't bring it in here.
Let me see what the
I
score
was
is on the
rushing.
game. Yeah, man. Right now it is score loading up.
Oh, we say 10,
Actually, 10 zip.
10. What's up, Carl?
10 zip.
Arizona?
10 zip, man.
God, dog, boy, I might need to take this mug off for real, boy.
Thanks, though, cuz.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man, 10 zip right now. Cowboys losing right now, man. I need the Cowboys to lose because the nigga in my fantasy league, he got Dak Prescott. He got a couple. I think George Pickens playing, and so if they don't do good tonight, maybe I can steal this victory. But I don't know. I only got like a 4% chance in my fantasy league. I need these niggas not to do that. For real, though, dog. So, a game that was real interesting though yesterday, though, man, was that Steelers Colts game, bro. I thought that was a very interesting game, man. I mean, we know what the Steelers defense had been looking like the last couple of weeks. They had not been looking dominant. They came out and they sent the message in Heinz Field, man, that hey, no, this defense is still legit, man. And I think they got to move Ramsey to the free safety spot now. They got Porter out there playing in corner. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. They looked good against the coach yesterday and slowed this offense down, man. And if the Steelers defense can continue to play like this with Aaron Rodgers, but I think health is going to be key because they're so old. This is a veteran team. Man, this team could be pretty dangerous in going forward.
Right. I think this is a team that probably gonna make some make a few trades though, man, during before the trade deadline. A lot of times you see that with veteran teams or whatnot. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times health is the issue and things of that nature right there. So, you're gonna see them probably bring in pieces or whatnot because you have players get hurt, they move players around, whatever the case may be. So I can see them making a trade, man, before the deadline tomorrow. But yeah, I did enjoy that watching the Steelers beat the Colts though. You get what I'm saying? We definitely need the Colts to lose. They've been on their high horse lately. You know what I'm saying?
And Dane Jones came back to earth us on Sunday, dog. He looked like Dane Jones yesterday. You know what I'm saying? The interceptions. You know what I'm saying? He just played like how we needed him to play, bro. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um. So I'm trying to think of what else big games that man. Now a lot of people making raids about what happened in the game last night with Jayden Daniels. They was like it was a blowout. He shouldn't have been out there playing. He got hurt. A lot of people felt like he should have been not playing in that game late in the game against the Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks are a legit team. Them boys for real, man. They defense is nasty. But I want to know your thoughts, Greg. Me personally, I think I would have pulled Jayden Daniels once I knew the game was out of reach. He just came back off injury. I would have pulled him, but I don't know what the coach was thinking, man, keeping him out there that late, bro. I would have pulled him, man. Once I seen the game was out of reach, I would have just called it a night.
Oh yeah, the game out of reach. You definitely gotta pull them out, man. And you hoping that this ain't RG3 2.0. You get what I'm saying? You talking about a quarterback that had a first season. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about had a tremendous first season. You get what I'm saying? Rookie of the year, and then to come in the second season, man. Plagued with injuries. And both of these guys, like you got to think, they kind of thin. You know what I'm saying? They can use, they can use at least about 10 more pounds of muscle. Jay Daniels can use 10 more pounds of muscle or whatnot. But Lamar Jackson was thin like that when he came in, but he started bulking up.
Yeah, down your leg.
Answer Cub Quest. He say what we gonna do about Trevor? Is it time to move on? Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We pretty much stuck with him, man. We got that price tag or whatnot. And it was like I say, on the bright side, you know, he's better than Blake Bortles, he's better than Blaine Gabbert, he's better than Chad, and some days he's better than
Mark
he's
Brunell.
he's yeah. Some days he could be better than Mark Brunell or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
I,
But
I do think though this year though, bro, at the end of this season, Liam Cohen bring in a quarterback. You got to bring in a quarterback at least like at the third round, maybe fourth round, third, fourth, fifth round. You bring a quarterback in there, dog, to push Trevor, dog. Let him know, like motherfucker, you can't continue to keep playing like this, thinking your job's safe because you got this big money, dog. For real. So I think you got to bring a quarterback in. I feel we need to draft another quarterback and put pressure on. I agree too, cuz gotta put another quarterback in him because, like, bro, like you think about it though, man, it's like he like Matt Jones, dog. Matt Jones is looking way better than this nigga right now, bro. He going to the 49ers is looking like dog, night and day different. And I felt like if you would have kept Matt Jones, somebody that was drafted in the same year, what like the year before, or in the
they
same year, right?
they're the same draft class.
Same draft class. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you keep him on that backup, he ain't got no choice but to play better. Now, don't get me wrong, Matt Jones is a horrible practice. He practiced horrible, dog. But game time, I gotta get it to him. The motherfucker, he's a gamer.
I
But
think I
go
think
ahead.
Matt Jones would have been better up under this system than Doug Peterson. I think I told you this before, man. You look up under Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson system was more predicated around the quarterbacks. You get what I'm saying? If you look at even with Nick Foles, Carson Wentz, you know, it was a pass heavy type of offense. you know. And if you look at with Liam Cohen, it's pretty much based off the run game, and you need somebody to come in that is a true game manager. You know, we look at Trevor. Trevor is not he haven't developed into being a player that can manage a game. You know, he's pretty much fall up under the mold of being a gunslinger, but he's just not good at it. You know,
Big facts.
he's a quarterback that like to throw downfield. Matt Jones is better suited as a game manager, so he would have been suited better for this offense. Now, I still think that Trevor Lawrence is the better talent than Matt Jones, but far as under Lim Coin's offense, under his system, Matt Jones would have been, Matt Jones would have been a better fit. If you look at how he's playing over there with Kyle Shanahan, is the reason he looked night and day on the Shanahan versus Doug Peterson. And this not to say we know that Doug Peterson is a good coach. He's not a bad coach. In fact, Doug Peterson is a great coach, but his system was not fitted for Matt Jones. You know what I'm saying? But now you see how he's playing up under Kyle Shanahan. He looked like how the player we seen Matt Jones be in his first season.
Right. I think once you get Matt Jones, like, and that's what's so concerning about Trevor Lawrence, dog. Because, dog, if you got good quarterback coaches and you've had, we all say Doug Peterson, Super Bowl winning quarterback, Leon Cohen, another Super Bowl winning quarterback under the Rams or Tampa Bay or whatever you want to call it. All these good quarterback coaches and people that's good with offenses, and you continue to still make the simple fucking mistakes, man. And I think that's what frustrates fans is like, bro, dog, you in year 5, bro, and you still doing shit that you should not be doing at year 5, bro. And I think that's what for me, bro. I'm like, man, I just can't, dog. What we gonna do, bro? Like, you gotta put another motherfucking quarterback like in there, man. That's the only way Trevor gonna get it, bro. Because then he feel like his job ain't safe no more. But you're gonna have all these Trevor Dick riders that's gonna cop pleas for him for every little thing. I'm already sending in the group chats now. Oh, whatever you Trevor haters got to say now, he won in the clutch. Like, bro, just because you made one play at the end of the game, bro, still mean we can display how ass you played throughout the first 48 minutes of the fucking game.
Right.
So I'm just saying, man. I don't know, bro. That kind of thank Cuz for putting that question. That question kind of got me fired up right now, bro. Straight up. So, uh, any other thoughts on week 9, man?
Nah.
So we're gonna go to the next segment of our show, man. You got any arrivals and departures this week?
Yeah, man. I gotta go up my departure this week, man. Man, I gotta go with I gotta go with Brown, man, the running back from Cincinnati, man. You know how he called the defense side. You get what I'm saying? I mean, let's be honest, man. We looking at a guy that not even averaging 4 yards a carry. You're not a Pro Bowler. You're not some type of prolific running back in the backfield. You pretty much just a guy on the team. You know what I'm saying? You's all right guy. You're not a bad player, but you're not in no position to be calling out your teammates, telling them to make a play. Now we know the defense is suck. We know the defense is horrible this year. We understand that. But at the same time, you didn't do nothing on the field to contribute to you know what I'm saying, to be able to, to contribute to your team's success. You might have had 30 something yards or something like that. You get what I'm saying? So to go in an interview and call out your team public, yeah, I disagree with that, man. I think that, yeah, you got to check yourself on that, especially when you're not a key contributor to your team. You're pretty much riding the wave, you know what I'm saying, of the other team, of your other teammates on the field. You just so happen to be on the offensive side of the ball, the side that put up a lot of points, the side that was productive. But let's not get it twisted. You is not in no type of position to be calling out the defense when, you know what I'm saying, when you're not even much a Pro Bowler, when you're not even averaging 4 yards a carry. You get what I'm saying? You just another guy on the team. You know what I'm saying? You just so happen to be the better option in the running back room. That's all.
Okay, man, you went in on that one, Greg. So my departure this week is gonna be University of Miami quarterback Carson Beck, bro. This dude continues to never take accountability for where he makes mistakes. It's like in the mistake against the Louisville game, he tried to blame it on the wide receiver. Oh, he ran the wrong route. And then he tried to tried to not take blame for the interception he threw late across the middle against fucking the SM in the SMU game. It's like, bro, take accountability for your actions, bro. If you're a quarterback and you're supposed to be the leader of this team, bro, Take accountability. I fucked up. I gotta play better. It seems like Georgia is not missing you, dog. And it seemed like they made the right decision by letting you go to Miami, dog, because you know Scott Gunnar Stockton been doing this thing, man, and they ain't had no bad losses in Georgia. They lost to Alabama, but they ain't had no bad loss like you guys lost to SMU, bro. Like that's a bad loss, bro. That is a bad loss, bro. And I just think when you think about Carson Beck, bro, he he another DJ Ugale, man. He and Rod the Turkish money. They thought they was gonna at least get a
I,
playoff
I
bid
ain't
with this
putting them
guy,
on.
dog.
I ain't gonna do the man like that, though, man. Dog, DJ Uyunglele probably the worst quarterback that we have that probably have went in the transfer portal and got paid.
Yeah, he
DJ,
got
he
paid.
is the worst. Um, Carson Beck is still a good quarterback. You get what I'm saying? Like, I would take Carson Beck in any day. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't, he may be interception, he might have been interception prone at times, but I'm not gonna throw him on the bus like that. Though he has been playing good this season. You get
But
what I'm saying?
that four interception game was very DJ
I,
Ugale like, dog.
I understand that, but what? Listen, he done had a lot of good moments out there, man, especially this season.
Okay.
DJ, you cannot point out a bright spot he had at Florida State where you look at it and just say, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We might have something. We might be on to something.
I,
We never seen that.
I got one more departure though too, man, and I gotta rub it in the Florida fans' face, man. Was that a catch?
Oh man. Listen, you know what?
They
I'm gonna
keep
say
saying it was a catch. Me
I'm gonna,
personally, it bounced in his chest. It's not a
I'm gonna
catch.
say this. Whether it is, whether it not, I really don't care. You know why? Because, and this like I told my cousin, right? I say now you want to keep asking me, crying to me, talking about it was a catch. But let's go back a couple of years ago when we got robbed out of the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And now one of y'all felt sorry for us. Y'all told us to get over it and stop crying. You know what I'm saying?
Yup, they damn
Listen,
sure
man,
did.
stop crying about that guy, dog. Talking about it was a catch. You're not making it to the playoff this season. You get what I'm saying? This team has no playoff implications. You just got rid of your head coach. You're not playing for nothing. You get what I'm saying? The only thing you playing for at this point is pride and to be the spoilers. You just in somebody's way. You know what I'm saying? You mad because you're in somebody's way. You know what I'm saying? That you can't prevent them from making it to the promised land. So miss me with that. Oh, it was a catch. You get what I'm saying? It probably was. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're not playing for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let it be. Just like y'all told us when we got robbed for the national champion that we deserved to be in. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. That's what y'all need to
Hey,
do.
you heard from Greg. Greg
So
say
I
all y'all Florida
so I
fans,
don't feel
let
sorry
it
for you.
go.
I don't
Nah,
feel sorry. I
hey,
see.
powers that be,
I
let it go,
told y'all.
dog. Let it
Listen,
go.
and y'all seen my page. You know what I'm saying? When Florida Georgia weekend, I'm with all the smoke. Know what I'm talking about? I'm with all the smoke this week here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got another comment in.
What he
Let
said?
me show the comment real quick. Let me show it right quick. It popping up right now. It say talk about how BS Iowa isn't in the top 25 of football. Oh man, I really can't really speak for Iowa not being in the top 25. I do. Do I think they may have a chance? I'll say yeah. I don't. I think they got a winning record over there, but I think when you look at the Big Ten and you just look at some of the teams that's over there in the Big Ten that's really shining, Iowa probably like at the bottom of the Big Ten in my opinion, man. Maybe like a middle tier team. We know Kurt France always have a competitive team. They just, you know what I'm saying? They ain't like nobody to really feel threatened like that in my opinion.
I'm
What you think, Greg?
you know what, and I understand the frustration because sometimes Iowa is one of those teams that get overlooked. You know, because if you look at it, they're in the Big Ten. They're amongst the Penn States, the Ohio States, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Those programs. Even like a team like Michigan State will probably get more of a favorable mention than Iowa. You know what I'm saying? That's the nature of the business, and I understand it because that's something I would rave about. You get what I'm saying? But I would say this, man. You know, you pretty much, man. They just got to keep winning, man. This is what they gonna have to do. They're gonna have to keep busting teams in the face and whatnot. And sooner or later, man, the people that doing the rankings, they gonna have to respect their mind, man. That's what it boiled down to. But we
For sure,
appreciate
for
the
sure.
comment though. We
We
appreciate it.
appreciate the comment though. So, arrivals, Greg. What you got on for arrivals this week?
Oh, rivals. I'm going to say this. He said they almost beat Indiana. And yeah, they did. They almost did. You know what I'm saying? And Indiana is the new is number two. You get what I'm saying? So, and I think that it'll play into their favor. You get what I'm saying? The season's still going on and everything like that, though. Especially if they win next week, they gonna start paying attention to them and have them up there, though.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, they just got, like you said, Greg. Iowa just got to keep winning. Long
Yeah.
as they keep winning, they're gonna have to put them in the top 25. Because I do think that if I gotta look at their record though, man.
Yeah.
I know they got a winning
Sometimes,
record though.
yeah, sometimes teams get overlooked. We know
They
how it
get
is. Yeah,
overlooked, exactly,
and
man.
Iowa one of those teams that they would tend to overlook or whatnot.
They really
But
do.
if my rivals this week football, oh man, listen. First of all, shout out to Florida Georgia weekend. So for me, this was this why it was so important, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make this short as possible. Florida Georgia weekend, right? This why it was important to me, right? Because I never went downtown Florida Georgia weekend. I never been down there. Normally, man, we might go to auntie house and we have a cookout round there. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But I didn't know. See, and anybody know my background and everything like that, y'all. With me being I was incarcerated the last 15 years and everything like that there. So when I was in the county jail fighting my case or whatnot, I'd be looking out the window and I was like, wow, I didn't know it'd be so lit down here Florida Georgia weekend, you know. And I was like, man, and I used to always say every man I get out, boy, I'm going downtown. So um when I came home, I want to say the first season, what did I do? Oh, the first time I was home, Florida Georgia weekend, just so happened last year around this time, I was stuck in Nashville. You know what I'm saying? I was in Nashville, and I had a ball, by the way, in Nashville. That was my first time there, and I had fun. You get what I'm saying? Anybody who know about Nashville, Broad Street, oh man, is you know what I'm saying, top of the line. But so I was determined to make it this week. So I was man, I had been, and me and you was talking, I was trying to get down here all week or whatnot. I didn't get my load to come back to Jacksonville until late Thursday, and I was all the way in Ohio. So I beat the road up to get down here, and I ended up making it home that Friday. I made it home Friday, you know what I'm saying? And I was
right.
tired. And yeah, I made sure I was down there though. But but yeah, so shout out to Florida Georgia weekend, and I had a blast down there. You get what I'm saying? Of course, I had my Florida State gear on, of course. But yeah though, man. Florida lost, Miami lost, Florida State won, Jaguars won. Oh, I had it. So it was a great week for me. It was a great week. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. I feel like that too. When the Jaguars, Florida State win on the same weekend, is a good weekend. Well, my rivals for this week is, man, I'm gonna give it to the young quarterbacks that's coming into the league, man. And I want to give guys like Bo Nix, who stuck it out, tough win on the road against the Texans, even though they're a sorry team. It's a win is a win. Bo Nix. I also want to shout out Drake May, another guy. These second year quarterbacks that are actually playing pretty good this year, and we'll see what Jake Daniels do the rest of this season, injury and stuff like that. But I want to salute the young quarterbacks, man. Like I say, a lot of these second year quarterbacks are playing pretty good, man, and it says a lot because I kill it back to Trevor Lawrence ass like dog, like you year 5, bro, like you know what I'm saying. You should be playing better than this, but it is what it is. But that's salute. I'm giving
Right.
my shout out to the young quarterbacks, man, on my arrivals this week.
Oh. Oh, I also want to shout out because I ran into the Sweetwater football team, right? And I just found this out, right? And it was I guess one of the kids that died name was Kirkland. I can't remember his whole name, but I probably play the video when I run this back also. Um I found out because I had donated some money to their football team. I found out this, right. The
Uh-huh.
only jersey that they don't allow kids to wear is number 2, and it was
Well,
because of him. You get what I'm saying?
that's what's
And
up.
and I was like, wow. I found out it was because the kid name. I think his last name was Kirkland. But I try to find some more information on that though. But shout out to the Sweetwater football team, man. You get what I'm saying? Man, anytime them kids, really, man, all the kids that's out there playing football, anytime they out there, man, I always try to look out, man, and make a donation, man. So y'all support y'all local football teams, man. That's out there, man. Not just sports though. Any kid that's trying to do something that believe in themselves, man, support their vision, man. You get what I'm saying? Because it's important that they have somebody to tell them that to steer them in the right direction, man.
Absolutely, dog. I agree, man. You hit the nail on the head, man. One more shout out, man, and I think we'll get up out of here. Salute to the Reigns Vikings 10-0, back to back undefeated seasons. And then also Mandarin Mustangs, they won their district. Ed White Commanders, they won their district as well, man. So salute to all the high school football teams going into playoff. I think they start the playoffs this weekend or either next
Yeah.
weekend. So salute to all the high school teams that made the playoffs this year.
Yeah, already. He said y'all gonna be home Thanksgiving, Florida versus Florida State.
Oh, you
Listen,
already know it. You
I'm gonna
already know
try,
I'll be home that weekend.
cause
Definitely.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, cause it's so much going on back to back. You get what I'm saying? I want to so bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try, but
Definitely gonna try, man.
we gonna put belt the ass to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
For
I
sure,
just
for
hope you
sure.
know that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, on that note, man, it's your boy Joe.
And this your boy Greg.
And thank you guys for tuning into the show, man. We out. Love you guys. Peace.
Yay.